Welcome to my apartment on the west coast of California. Let's go inside. But if you didn't know, my name is Tori. I am 26 years old, and that hurts a little bit to say. I feel like I'm getting old. But that aside, I post a new video every single Wednesday. I do a lot of apartment tour videos to show you what you can get for your money in LA, including what my apartment looks like throughout the years. I'll link the whole playlist down below, but it does include what my apartment looked like before renovations, and now this is what it looks like after renovations and a bit of decorating. And I really appreciate the like button down below. It makes a huge difference for us small creators. And also, if you want to hit that subscribe button, join the fam and come along on the journey. Again, a new video every single Wednesday. But self-promo aside, let's get into my apartment. Welcome to my apartment on the west coast of California. The total rent for this whole entire apartment is $3,226 because we are rent controlled and I got in at a pretty good time. But let's go from the common areas of the apartment over to the more private areas of the bedroom, including my master bedroom, which is the space that I spend a majority of my time and actually film a majority of my videos. So when you first walk in, there's gonna be my bar, and yes, I do have one of those spinning wheel games. And almost every time someone is in my apartment, they want to spin that wheel. But other than that, the bar space doesn't really get used that much. I use it to mostly store my cups, and I'm going to be doing more projects in this area. And then the sink I use to refill my little watering can for my balcony garden, which I will show you guys shortly. I try to keep some plants alive. I didn't do as good this year as I did previous years, but there's a few things out there, so we'll check it out. But since we're in the bar, come on, let's take a drink break. Let's move on to the star of the show, which is definitely the kitchen. That's probably the place they did the most amount of work and had the most modernized elements added. I'm definitely not in this kitchen as much as I wish I was. Half the time I'm just air frying a Trader Joe's meal, and I don't know if you saw in the background, but I did secure the two Trader Joe's mini insulated totes, the one in the blue color and the one in the pink color, which I was surprised by. I said in videos is that the pink one is actually yellow on the inside. I don't know if you know the reference to these Trader Joe's bags or how crazy popular they actually went, but on the second day of the release, I got one sort of on accident. I wasn't going to be one of those people that was lining outside the doors at opening. I didn't care that much about it, but I still thought they were cute. I don't need them. And then also I have this freezer right here that is mine, not the building's. You'll see the other building's appliances, but this bad boy is a full standing freezer with a crap ton of food because I kind of grew up in the mindset of be ready for the apocalypse and have plenty of frozen goods at all times. I have nowhere near the amount that like my mom does or my grandparents do. There's a flat top electric stove with an oven below and a microwave that is extremely tall. Like, I don't know why they installed it so tall. I'm guessing to give it that like open concept look, except for the fact that it's so tall. I'm 5'5". I cannot see the top of my plate. We're not gonna look at how clean my microwave is because, well, it's not. But if you have any problems with my apartment being dirty in any place, feel free to come over and clean. I think I do a half decent job at it. And then also there is a pretty good sized fridge in here, and only half of it has stuff in it right now because I don't have another roommate right now. Probably will about September 1st. And thank goodness now it has a water hookup. So there's filtered water that you can put into your cup. And then also in the freezer, which I don't have anything inside of the freezer, but that does have ice now. I know that sounds probably really silly that my fridge actually makes ice in the freezer, but my last refrigerator, the freezer had an ice maker, but no water hookup. So when I moved in, I realized you couldn't make any freaking ice. Thank goodness they added the water hookup, and now we can have ice that's made in there. And if you are curious what is behind me, I used to actually have this space set up as a converted third bedroom. It used to be a bit bigger. I made it a bit smaller because the walls on this side are actually office portable walls, so they can be moved into different spaces in different areas based on what you want to block off. And it does have an exit in two areas, so it has an exit onto the balcony and exit into the kitchen, so it didn't break fire code. I would definitely recommend talking to your landlord before you do something like this. Same thing with these sliding doors right here. I got permission from my landlord to put these in, so definitely if you're renting, talk to your landlord before doing any kind of changes like this. I did not ask for permission when it came to the portable office walls, and it actually became one of those do it and ask for forgiveness later. There was a lot of back and forth, and I did actually have to change things a little bit to meet what they were looking for, like the requirements they were okay with, and then finally we came up with a solution that they agreed to, and now those are there, and I brought the space in a little bit smaller now that it's going to be a den-like space for the second bedroom. They can use it as a closet, as an office space, whatever they want to. It's a pretty good size even when I made it smaller, because in here you can easily fit a desk in here, and then there's storage space on this wall right here, and then there's balcony access to the area we'll go to after we see the living room. But overall, it's a pretty good amount of space. I'm glad to have this here. I think even if I wasn't having roommates, I would want this extra space because there's plenty of room in the living room. So actually, let's head into the living room. Just as before in my old kitchen, there is a dishwasher, but it is now stainless steel like the rest of the appliances, and the sink is no longer a double sink. It's only a one pan sink, which I kind of miss the double sink. I feel like double sink is a lot better. And then heading back into the front entrance area, there is one amenity they added that I am so glad about that I did not tell you guys about. And it's right over here at this door. They added a washer and dryer in unit. I am so freaking glad to have this. It does make things a lot easier. It's not a necessity in any way, shape, or form, but it's definitely an added pro to not have to go right outside in the hallway, which I know sounds silly, but it does save a lot of time. And it makes it easier to find roommates because a lot of other people it is actually a deal breaker for them. And over here is actually some art and decoration. And some stuff definitely means more to me than others. Like I actually found this in the trash, which that is one thing to know. A good amount of the stuff in my apartment, whether decoration or furniture, is actually things my neighbors and people on the street have thrown out, and I just decided, oh, that's cool, I'll bring it home. And now I'm trying to sell more of the stuff I find on the street and in the trash. I'm not going through the bins or anything, but literally just people leave it right outside the bins, and it's nice stuff. Young adult in the real world. So I'd be taking people's furniture. Like this stand right here was trash. These two pieces were trash, and I think they look so cool and unique. I grew up riding on a motorcycle. I dated someone with a motorcycle at one point. And then this stand right here is a lot of storage. The baskets were not trash though. Those I actually paid decent money for. So I do have a mix of pieces I've invested in and pieces I've gotten for free. This rock is a smaller version of the one that's actually on my bar, which actually, let me grab it. These are the two rocks I actually got on a hike, which I know a lot of times you're not supposed to take things with you when you go on hikes, but this piece fell off a cliffside and it looked like a mini version of the cliffside. And then the other thing on here that has a pretty good amount of sentimental value to me is these milk bottles right here. There's some dried rose petals in them, but the actual milk bottles are ones I dug out of the ground in my backyard when I was a kid. Same thing with I have 3 other bottles on my bar. So when I was a kid, I used to go into the woods and try to find these different things. So I found the 2 milk bottles, I found some other bottles, but they're just so cool because we don't do milk bottles anymore, and the fact that I didn't get them from a thrift store, I actually dug them out of the ground because they're half sticking out when I was a kid, and that's such a cool concept. And then this piece of art right here also kind of has some interesting memories to me. So for this piece right here, I was hanging out with an artist and we were leaving his studio, and there was some leftover paint on the palette, and he's like, hey, would you sit down and let me do a little something with this leftover paint? And this is what he did. It was mostly brown and there was a little bit of red that he added, and it was perfect for my hair. And I know I did not paint this, but I did name it and write a little something about it, so here it is. A moment in time that felt like a lifetime. Life is full of memories that seem like they're out of a movie. This moment in time was no different. A fling with an artist whose affectionate abilities comforted the part of your soul that never got the love it needed. The flick of every paintbrush stroke brought you back to a moment in time where you indulged in creativity and spent time in a part of your soul that scares you. And this piece actually means a lot to me, and it's a longer story than we'll get into today, but she is now hanging right in the front entrance. Might be a little bit weird to have an outline nude in my front entrance, but I think she's cute and works really well with all my decor. And now it's time to hang up some more pieces, because you'll notice in the living room area and the dining room area, there's not actually that much hung up on the walls yet. I have plenty more art to go around. I just have been lazy about actually measuring things and using my level. But first, when you come into this living room area right here, there's a pretty good sized couch and coffee table. The coffee table I got for free from, again, a neighbor getting rid of stuff. Same thing with another side table and this front table right here. It's not in perfect condition at all, but it works pretty well. There's a TV, a plant, just enough seating area to have plenty of people here, but at the same time, I hardly ever use this living room space because you'll notice when we get into my bedroom, I have another living room basically set up in my bedroom and I use that a lot more. Same thing with the dining room table. It doesn't really get used that much, maybe by other people that have lived with me over the years, but honestly, even then, I feel like it does not get used that much. But this bar area right here, I put a table in, which I got for free, again, from a neighbor. And then over there, I built in some bar buffet seating. And then there is a wine cooler. It's not on right now, but it makes for great storage. And then just past the living room area is actually the balcony space. So let's go check it out.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue.
And going into the hallway, I have a decent amount of storage. There's sliding doors right here, which store a lot of random things for me. The other side, I have some cat stuff in, like the cat litter box, some Christmas decorations. And then actually in this closet right here is where I keep a majority of the cleaning supplies. It used to be our water heater cabinet. So you had a water heater right here and then shelves above, but then they did a central system. So now we get to have this closet space. And then going further down the hallway is a bathroom for the other bedroom, or the hall bath, the guest bath, whatever you want to call it. But now they only have one roommate, they get this bathroom to themselves. And you'll notice in the hallway I have these lights right here. Well, you might not have known they were lights. They can also look like weird boxes on the wall. I'll insert a video of them at night because they are perfect. They're one of my favorite things I have added to this apartment because they are motion censored. I put them on my Amazon storefront. Same thing with a few other things in my house. I have them linked in the Amazon storefront if you want to find them. But if you want any more links to other things, let me know. I'll definitely put them down below. Now into the bathroom, there's also a motion censored light that's above the sink. I have a love-hate relationship with it because my bathroom has it too, but at nighttime, I don't always want to have the lights on. I don't want to be blinded when I'm going for my midnight pee. And there's no way to turn it off. And even though this counter space is about the same size as the one in the master bathroom, it only has one sink in the center, which is fine now there's gonna be one person, but it would have been nice if there was two when it came to having two roommates sharing this bathroom. But now whoever ends up renting out this space has this whole countertop to themselves, so much storage space below the sink, the mirror up here, and then on this side of the bathroom is a pretty large shower. So this is a shower tub combo. The tub isn't that deep, but it's definitely nice to have a tub in here, have this much shower space. Overall, this bathroom is pretty large, especially for an apartment in California. They sometimes skimp out when the bathrooms are tiny, but overall the square footage in this apartment is so good. And then there's a little bit of a nook for you to do your business in the corner. And then heading down the hallway right here is the door to the two actual bedrooms. This is my door right here. I actually have an electronic lock where you put your fingerprint on it and the door will open. I think that's such a cool feature. It's not like the perfect piece of technology, but I think it works great for a bedroom. That's also on my Amazon storefront. And then I have a cat door, which allows my cat to go from my bedroom to the hallway litter box. Again, I got permission from my landlord to add that before I even moved in because it was an essential for me. Astro loves to go from my room to the rest of the house and not be blocked off, and I don't want to open a door at 1 in the morning. So I made sure that before I moved in that I was allowed to add that to it. And then over here is the door to the second bedroom that I actually rent out, have been renting out for years. I think it's a pretty decent sized bedroom, even without having the second space for them to use. This bedroom alone could easily fit your bed, your desk, a TV area, a small couch, and there is also a sliding door closet, which it's not a walk-in closet, but it's still a decent sized sliding closet. It used to have mirrors on the front, which I kind of liked having the mirrors. Though they're annoying to clean, it's nice to have mirrors. It doesn't have the mirror anymore, but it still has all this space in here, which I think is plenty enough room, especially when you have the extra storage that's in the other room with the cabinets in there. And then this room, I do have some furniture in this space because I was offering people to have the option of having it partially renovated or completely empty. The next person wants it completely empty, so I'll be taking everything out of here. Now, last but not least, the last door leads to my little personal oasis, because my bedroom is practically the size of a studio apartment and I love it and have made it my own. There's still some more things to go on the wall, some more decorating to do, but for the most part, I'm actually pretty proud of how it came out, and I think I like it even better than the last one. I was worried because I changed the layout a little bit, and now it is the living room space, then my bedroom, then my little office nook in the corner, whereas before it was kind of like office, bedroom, and like living room setup that was kind of more sprawled out. And I think this layout works a lot better and is a lot more inviting. So let's go take a look at everything. First off, in this living room space right here, I have it set up to be able to hang out during the day because I work from home, so I want a multitude of places to work besides my desk or I would probably go crazy. So I have this coffee table right here, which I actually got from the trash too, like some of my other pieces, which I didn't point them all out. There is so many of them. I love this piece, but I did get it before I got the couch, and I don't think they fully work together, but the coffee table is free and I really love it, so it probably will be staying. But these two chairs right here, I love the brown addition. The color is so rich and nice. I love them. This used to be the only seating I had in my living room space was this, and I had a twin size bed that I used for guests and for kind of like lounging on until I decided to invest in a couch. This couch right here, I love her. She is so big, especially I didn't think I'd be able to get this big of a couch in my bedroom. It is an L couch with 3 cushions and a pull-out bed, so you can either have a movie night where you're all sprawled out, or you can actually have people sleep on it this direction. And recently, one of my reels, Bob's actually purchased it to use for an ad, which was kind of cool. And I would love to work with them even more. This is not a sponsored video at all, but I'd love to work with them more in the future because this is such a good quality couch for the price that I paid for it. And it also has a little thing that comes down right here so you can put drinks or use it as a side table. I don't use this feature too much, but it's definitely nice to have it. And then over here is just an IKEA plant, a lamp, my purse. I think she's pretty, so I kind of keep her on display half the time. And some more decorative elements built in throughout. And, oh, I also forgot to say, this couch also has a lift-up L piece. So all that underneath there is storage. I mostly keep bedding for guests to go there, but realistically, I don't really have people sleep over that much. I'm gonna be real with you. And then going into my bedroom area, it's kind of like the table that goes between the 2 spaces. So it is my nightstand, but it's also a great place to put cups at when I'm sitting on the couch, because the majority of the time I'm sitting on the L of the couch. I almost didn't buy an L couch because I was afraid it wouldn't fit in the space, and I'm so glad I actually did because 99% of the time I'm sitting on the L of the couch. My drink goes right here, so it is definitely nice to have. It is also like my nightstand, so I have an alarm clock right here, I have a lamp right here, I have storage for things that I might want in bed. Like my lips are chapped 99% of the time, so I have one of those giant aquifer sticks inside of my nightstand drawer, and like contacts and glasses, all the things you could possibly need, including adult things and some bedding. And then as for my bed over here, I have some explaining to do. Not really, but this black wall behind me actually made specifically for this piece of art. I found it at a thrift store. I fell in love with the red lips, and it wasn't big enough to really be art above my bed because if you notice, it's kind of like, it's big, but it's still way too small to be the main piece of art that goes above the bed, but I wanted to make it work because I felt like that was the best place for it. So before renovations, I did this black wall in a different space in my apartment, which again, if you want to see what my apartment looked like before renovations and with my old layout, feel free to check that out. But for now, I redid the black wall not that long ago, and I was afraid I wasn't gonna like it in the new spot. I love the black wall. And then I do have a bench at the end of my bed, which is a great place to throw my bedding onto that I'm not like sleeping with, because when it is 85 degrees out, I'm not wearing a comforter, but I still want my bed to look cute with a comforter on it. And then over into this area is actually my office area. I don't go here as much as I should. I am trying to get better about working at my desk because certain things I do are much easier with a monitor, but there are other things where I am way more productive on the couch or out in the world than I am sitting at a formal desk. I just have to be better about when it's time to do things that are good with the monitor, switch over to being over in that area, and in general, switch up your work environment because I feel like you're more productive when you're not always in the same place. But that point aside, if you were curious, no, YouTube is not my full-time job at all. It will be in the future, you know, If you want to support a girl and hit that like and subscribe button down below, those make a big difference. They're completely free, and you'd be surprised how much of a difference that makes for the creators that you watch. But for now, my day job, I work for a publishing company. I am a marketing manager, but a lot of my job is focused in the graphics end of things, not the marketing that you might be thinking of. But it is a small company, so we kind of have our hands everywhere to take over whatever responsibilities need to be happening at the time to keep up with the production schedule. And over here is a lot of storage for my office area, and then over here is my mini fridge. I keep this right here to have drinks easily accessible while I'm working, or when I have people over, I can be like, oh, the drinks are right over there, and let's take a sip. If you can tell, I probably have too much caffeine in a given day, but I definitely think caffeine is fine in moderation, so be better than me. I am working on it. I do have other things besides caffeinated stuff, and then I also have like condiments in the doors. Again, if people are over, they don't have to go all the way to the kitchen. I act like it's that far, but it's kind of convenient to have this right here, where they can get like ranch, soy sauce, ketchup, mayonnaise, whatever they need. And then over here is snack stuff. I just keep kind of like a random assortment. I really need to get better about having more snacks on hand. But I have a bad tendency where if it's around, I will eat it, and I am not a person that eats snacks like that. I'm not a snacky chip person. I don't really want to have that in my regular diet. So it's hard to have it on hand for guests, because if I have it, I will eat it, but not because I want it, but just because I see it and I know it's there. And more into the entertainment side of things, I have my big TV right here, which is very sad. The movers that moved us from the guest unit back into my apartment broke my other TV that used to be in my room. So this used to be the living room TV, and my bedroom had an even bigger TV, just a little bit bigger, nothing like crazy bigger. But that TV got broke during the move by the movers. Whole ordeal. I didn't feel like fighting it. And then below here, I have a collection of mostly Architectural Digest magazines, because I love them, if you couldn't tell by doing tour videos and random other apartment tours. I have a record that is actually a monkey on the front. I love me some Disney and monkeys, so I thought this artwork was really cool. It was on top of my coffee table, but then people kept putting things on top of it. And I'm like, that record is older than you. I don't think it plays, but the artwork on it is older than you, and you are putting your stuff on top of it. But I don't want to be the person that complains, because I want my space to be livable. So I took it off the coffee table, I put it there for now. And then I have some other books that kind of have some sentimental value. Both of them are gifts. There's one that just has a bunch of old design of homes, and I think it looks really cool and nostalgic. Then I have the book that is The Art of Loving Women. I am not a lesbian. Nothing wrong with being a lesbian, but I love the book. I love the photography inside of it. I am bi-ish. And then I have a license plate from when I bought my car in Virginia and drove it to California. I don't know if you knew that. Now that is all of the main area of my bedroom, which is basically a giant rectangle. And then going into the rest of my space, which, can I just stay in this chair the whole entire tour? That would be really convenient, but we're not going to do that. We gotta stop rolling around, and I will show you the rest of the space. Now going into the rest of this space right here is this little hallway that guides you to two different spaces, my walk-in closet and my bathroom. But before that, I have this little kind of almost vanity-like area, because there used to be a vanity on this side before renovations. They took it away, which I'm kind of glad about, because I got to add this right here, which I'll explain in a moment. But first, my vanity area, I kind of use this as a place to put my purse that I'm using like today or tomorrow, some perfumes, because I have a collection of mini perfumes. I think they're freaking adorable. I have some random decor stuff, some stuff I want to hang up on the wall. I also got this mirror from the trash. Someone was getting rid of it. I think it's super cool. Not sure if at some point I will hang it up. It's kind of heavy. And then on this side, I made better use of the space than I feel like the vanity did, because there used to be a counter that went all the way across right here and a giant mirror. And though I did love having that space, I don't think it was the best use of the space, because it's pretty deep in here. So what I end up doing is, on the cheap, I built a shelving system out of 2x4s. And yes, you could have done this a lot prettier and a lot more expensive, but I did not spend that much money on this project, and these shelves could hold me. Like, I could sleep on one of these shelves and have it as my little bed nook, because that's how sturdy these bad boys are. They're not attached to the wall except for a system that makes it so it doesn't tip over, but it goes back pretty far. Like, let me try to, I'm gonna touch the wall. This long, doing some girl math. It is that deep. That's pretty gosh darn deep. I'm pretty sure that's like a twin size bed, just probably not as long. And it gives me a lot of storage because during renovations, I actually lost a good amount of storage because where the washer and dryer used to be, there was a closet, and in general, other spaces are just smaller and there's less storage. So I definitely needed this space right here. And originally I was going to put doors on the front of it, but I didn't really want to spend more money. So I decided to put curtains because I already had the track, I already had the curtains. But let's get into the space that has even more storage, and that is actually my closet space right here. My walk-in closet actually has a decent amount of space, though as a girl I feel like the closets are never big enough. You go bigger and you fill the space and you want an even bigger closet. So goals for the future, not sure if that's the best goal to have, but for now, this is the space I have. And recently I did a closet makeover video starting to make over this space because it was looking pretty crazy and it wasn't the best use of the space. I'm not done yet, but I made a lot of progress and now this is how it looks. There's this whole wall right here, a wall over here, and a wall over here. But overall, that is my walk-in closet, and then going into the other door is the last space, which is my master bathroom. I love having my own bathroom. I don't think I ever want to share again. It's nice having your own space. And now that I only have one other roommate that I'll be living with, they will have their own bathroom too, which is also a giant size. So when you first go into here, there's a whole full counter space with double sinks. This is the sink that I mostly use when I get ready for bed or get ready in the morning. I act like I get ready in the morning that much, but that point aside, this is the sink that I mostly use. I have products all over the counter. I kind of wish I could have them hidden away more, but I have ADHD, and if I don't see it, I don't own it. So there's more things on the countertop than I kind of wish there was. There's my vitamins. I got the little packs where it's like individual days. So this is Tuesday, and we need to take all of our gosh darn vitamins. And then right here, I keep this on top of the other sink. I know that might seem silly, but this is where I keep random things that need to go back to another place in my apartment. A lot of times it is dishes, but overall it's kind of just a place to set stuff. I know that's not the best thing in the world, but it's nice to have that space right there. And then there's the rest of my bathroom, which is kind of hard to show you because it is basically a skinny alley that I've tried to make the best use of the space. I ended up putting this in recently. I love this artwork. Yes, it's hung kind of low, but it's because this is pretty low. So these are the shoe storage cabinets from IKEA. I put 6 of them all together, and then on top of here is actually an old bed frame that I cut to fit on top of here. I think it looks really good. I love having that dark wood elements. I love this piece of art with a very famous photograph on it, and then I also added some more decorative elements that I think are really pulling the bathroom together. But over here is kind of like the shower nook. So on this side right here, I keep my towels, something to put my hair in, and then I keep extra towels on top of here that are clean, and then down here is a basket for extra toilet paper. This gives me a lot of storage to keep them on hand because I hate regularly going to the store when I run out of toilet paper. And then these towels right here, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with how these look on the wall, but at the same time, I don't want my cabinet space to be taken up by all the towels I want to have on hand. It makes it really easy for guests to grab them or myself to grab them. And then in here is one of the tiniest showers in the whole entire world. Again, this comes into where I wish they had done something different during renovations. And what I wish they had done is extended the shower all the way into this area. Yes, I would have lost this area for towels and storage, but I would have much rather had one big shower and had the entrance be right here instead of right here because this space is so small. I will show you. I am tiny, but I barely fit in this shower. I know it might not seem like it on film with the wide lens on, but this bad boy, I bang my elbows all the time. Like you're trying to do your hair, elbow. Trying to do your hair, elbow. You're trying to go over here, oh, there's a shower head. So since the shower head only angles down so much, I know I'm complaining about the weirdest things, but sometimes I feel like I'm in the tiniest little cell phone box because you're like this and then you hit the door and it's just like, I am a tiny person. Anytime a man comes in the shower, he is basically the size of the shower. I like me some muscular, like build men, you know? And that was the last space in my apartment, the little shower that I was complaining about, but I'm still so grateful to have this space, to have a rent-controlled apartment in an area that I love. I would talk more about my location, but I don't want too many people finding me. So just know the location is beautiful. The amenities in my building are immense. I pay an amazing price compared to what the units go for now. I did go through a lot of ordeals when it came to renovations and different things in my building. I got bullied a lot, but that point aside, I am still very much grateful and happy to be here, and I'll probably be here for a long time. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I really appreciate it if you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I post a new video every single Wednesday, including so much apartment content, decorating content, just everything to help you figure out adulting while I'm attempting to figure it out myself. And I hope you have a great rest of your morning, evening, night, whatever it is for you. I'll see you Wednesday.